It's time for Money Talks, presented by MidFirst Bank. Get your OU debit or credit card today exclusively from MidFirst Bank, a premier partner of OU Athletics. True to you, member FDIC.
You know who's a premier person?
I bet I can guess.
Tier.
I bet I could guess.
Who do you think?
Cami?
Kevin.
MidFirst Money Coach, Cami.
Hey, guys.
Hey,
Hey,
how
Cami.
are you?
How's it going?
Good, yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
You as well.
Thank you.
Thanks, yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Got some good Thanksgiving plans?
I do. I have 2 Thanksgivings to get through on Thursday, so that's great.
You know, Cammy's a person that just makes me think planner, you know.
Yeah, are you
Money
very
talks
you've got to be like a very is that type A person that's like very
Yeah,
organized,
yeah.
very, is that
I
you?
am, but
Yeah.
I am not in charge of Thanksgiving yet. That hasn't been bestowed upon me, so I just bring.
Whose job is it then?
It's our parents still.
Oh,
Our
okay,
parents
cool.
are still doing it. Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
And what about you? Is it at your house?
We got, we got blended families, so we got to go all over the place. But
That's fair.
We
That
only
can
got
be
to go
fun,
2
too.
places this year, and I think one of them is actually my house. I should probably know that, but
Yeah.
I think people are coming to my house.
Nice.
I don't know. My wife, she cooks. House is her domain. Yeah, that's where she steers the ship. Tells me, boss me around, get that vacuum out, get that mop away, get to work. How about you?
We're doing Thanksgiving at my house. We had it at my in-laws' house this past weekend.
Oh, nice.
Out in Sallisaw, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And this tomorrow, my family's coming into town.
Oh,
So
nice.
they'll be at the crib
Exciting.
hanging out. Yeah.
Ryder coming too?
Ryder will come on Friday.
Nice.
Yeah, he'll be
and
here on
then the
Friday.
big game this week. We'll get to that
We,
later.
we got a whole show for that.
We'll get to that later.
Right
Let's talk
now,
about
though.
some money.
Yeah. So I want to focus this week on charitable giving.
Okay.
I guess first, what is where do we start with this? I don't even know.
What is charitable giving? What constitutes or qualifies as charitable giving?
Yeah. So
Isn't that pretty obvious?
No, I mean, because do nonprofits count? Can you just give money to the homeless person and deduct that? There's
Okay.
many.
No, I'm following.
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
So having a nonprofit status with the IRS, that gives you that tax exemption
It's
status.
like a 501.
501c3, yeah.
Yeah.
So that
Oh
is,
yeah, I knew that because in a before time, our collectives were trying to be 501c3s, but that's a big no-no now.
yeah.
The government said that we cannot have our 501c3 status because donating to a charity and then getting a tax write-off for it is money laundering,
Oh, wow.
I think.
Okay.
Well, Soul Mission's a 501c3 if you.
That's not money laundering.
Is it really?
No, actually, it's not.
Okay.
I lied. But it's still,
Okay.
you can write off.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the nonprofit status with the IRS, that gives you that tax exemption status. So if you're wanting to donate to a nonprofit and you're wanting to get that tax deduction credit for your, I said credit, not tax credit, tax deductions towards your taxes, then you need to make sure that they are a 501c3. And you can go to the IRS website and look that up. And a lot of people ask, what is the difference between a charity and a nonprofit? A charity is a type of nonprofit, so not every nonprofit is a charity. But you can get that.
That's the C.
And C3, 501c3.
Is that-
No,
Nice try.
actually, I don't think so. I don't believe that's the correct.
I didn't think so either. I just wanted to
Well,
ask.
what makes a charity different from a nonprofit? Or what gives a nonprofit the charity distinction?
The paperwork?
Yeah,
That's probably what
I'm just
it
throwing
is.
things out here today. I'm sorry. The matcha.
I'm trying to remember based on when we started our nonprofit. I don't remember. I don't remember what constitutes a charity versus it's part of that paperwork. You have to read and figure out which one your nonprofit that you're starting, which area that it covers, and then when you're filling out, then you get that status. And so, for example, when we started our nonprofit, we're collecting donations, monetary donations to buy art supplies for kids in need in Oklahoma. And so we got that nonprofit status with the federal government, but the state government did not recognize collecting art money to buy art supplies as a nonprofit status. So we didn't get it for Oklahoma. We just have our status as a business in Oklahoma, where we had that 501c3 status with the federal government.
There's
So it's just part of the paperwork. I
was
right on that one.
I was double checking because I was just, could I find a quick definition? But it literally is like underneath the 501c3, these things need to be, and it's like a long, it for sure is the paperwork.
List.
Yeah. Okay. So you mentioned you have a nonprofit.
Yeah.
What is your nonprofit?
It's called You Are a Work of Art.
Oh, can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So my daughter was injured and wasn't able to do her sport. And so she...
Been there before.
Yeah.
You ain't lying.
I know that both of you have, right? And so you know how hard it is when you can't do your sport.
Yeah.
And so we found her a new direction, something that she could focus her energy on. And she loves to paint. So we started this as something that she could help other children here in Oklahoma that maybe doesn't have access to art supplies to get that. So last year we donated to Positive Tomorrows, which is also a nonprofit. It's a school for transient students here in Oklahoma. So we were able to drop off art supplies for those students.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So it seems like just using that model alone and applying it to the student athletes that you work with, like getting them to start their own nonprofits, I feel like we're in an environment now where it's so easy for them to do something charitable or super nice with their money.
Right.
Like there's a bunch of dudes on the team I know that love to fish. And I'm just thinking, for example, like if you could just like start a nonprofit, like come fish with the football player, and I'm gonna teach you how to cast, and it's like a mental health type of a thing tied to it.
Yeah.
It's like relaxation. I feel like those are the things that we need to get towards in this NIL era.
Giving back, right? And that's what Giving Tuesday is all about. The Tuesday after Thanksgiving is called Giving Tuesday.
Okay.
And so it is just a global movement to try to get people to be more generous with their money after all the consumerism that happened with Black Friday and Cyber Monday. But these players, they are receiving their NIL money, right?
Yep.
And they may want to look at different tax deductions to lower their tax liability. And so it's a great way to give to a nonprofit or charity that has that 501c3 status so they can get that tax deduction. So they don't have to necessarily start their own charity or nonprofit. They can just find one that's important to them. And everyone should do that. Find something that they are passionate about, that they value, and give back to that. Because they don't have to take that time to start one.
Right. They might not have it the time right now.
Right, exactly.
Or they have money, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they have the team to go fulfill that nonprofit or that charity or whatever.
Right.
Have we seen athletes? I mean, we've seen athletes giving back to the walk-ons.
Yeah, we've had, Danny's big deal, giving back to a bunch of his teammates. And then, we do things where we've gone to Art with the Heart, which is a program where kids make art, kind of similar to what you're even talking about. And then they auction it off to help pay for their chemotherapy or their cancer treatment, whatever it is. Cool. And so we've even had guys go and purchase some of that because they walk them down this red carpet and it's a black tie event, and so the players will go and do that. And then we had, for example, a guy like David Stone went and bought 2 kids that he walked down the red carpet. He went and bought both of their art to help pay for their cancer treatment. And so, we try to give them some opportunities to give back to the kids. They go to elementary schools every week right now. And so something like that, I could definitely see a lot of these guys being willing to do.
And so when you have guys going off and donating their time, their money to these charities and doing these different things, how does that help them on the back end with their taxes? What exactly is like, talk to me like I don't know, because I really don't know. Like how is that deducting from their taxes?
Yeah. So if they're donating their time, they can't write that off as a tax deduction. But their monetary giving, they can.
Gotcha.
So what David did, which Art with a Heart is another great nonprofit, right, that they can donate to. And so there are limits on how much you can give away based on your AGI, your adjustable gross income. But you can give up to a certain dollar amount depending on how much money you're making. And then that can be a tax deduction to lower your tax liability, basically meaning how much you will owe in taxes at the end of the year.
Okay.
Yeah.
What determines how much you owe in taxes at the end of the year?
There's a lot that goes into that. So, obviously your income, right? How much you're earning. There's tax brackets. There's federal tax brackets, and then not all states have state income taxes, but here in Oklahoma we do, right? And so our state income taxes or brackets us right. They're both progressive. The more money you make, the more money you pay in taxes, right? And so obviously with tax deductions, they're trying to get in a lower tax bracket, right? They're trying to lower how much they're paying in taxes.
So basically, like you take your income and then your deductions subtract from that income, like as they're looking at it.
Right.
So if I was at 200 and I subtracted 30,000, which is like close to standard deduction, then like that would take me to 170 if I'm mathing.
Married file jointly, excuse me. But the players most of them are singles, so their standard deduction is 15,750, I believe. Yeah.
So why'd you say 170? What is that? Why is that important to you?
Why is it important? Because then instead of you making 200, which could put you in another tax bracket, a higher tax bracket, now you're in the lower tax bracket, getting taxed less.
What are the tax brackets? Is that public knowledge?
Yeah,
Should
you
I
can
know
Google
that?
that one. Yeah, Google that one. Do the federal one because
Yeah.
Oklahoma's is different a little bit.
Yeah, and put in the year because it changes every year. The federal government and the state government will update that. So that's one of the things that I teach the athletes about federal tax brackets and
Because they jumped into like probably a pretty
They're
fat
a
tax
lot
bracket.
of them are in the highest.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
some of them are right there on the cusp of like,
Yeah.
okay, if I do too many NIL deals though, now I'm gonna jump into this
Yeah.
next tax bracket and I'm gonna have to figure out some write-offs to get back down.
But that's why we encourage them to work with an accountant to make sure that they are legally doing what they can to lower their tax liability.
Oh, so it goes by percentage.
And then also, we talked about tax deductions, but there's also tax credits that's has even bigger impact because it's dollar for dollar of what you owe. So if you owe $2,000 in federal taxes for this year, but you have a $2,000 tax credit, now you're getting that taken off dollar for dollar, right?
Where can I buy these tax credits?
They're
you have a
called
son.
dependents. There's
I
other
had
tax
a
credits.
tax. I had a tax credit like 8 months ago.
Yeah,
Let's go.
congratulations.
Let's go. Okay.
Yes, sir.
How much money did I get off just for having him?
At
I'd
least
have-
2,000.
Yeah, I'd have to look
Hell
at what
yeah.
it currently is because my children are over 17, so now they're only $500 tax credits.
Ah, dang.
So and then if you, for instance, like my wife doesn't work, so
Right.
doesn't she count as a tax deduction as well? Only like 500 too or something like that. I'm pretty sure.
She's a dependent. Maybe. I don't know because my husband and I have both worked, so I've never.
Right. I'm pretty sure that
That's a
if
great
you,
question.
Like,
Yeah.
Now I have a
since she
question because
doesn't
I
work-
know that
Wait.
Kate and my son are dependents on my insurance.
Yeah. Well,
But-
hey, that's different.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
that is
Doesn't
different.
matter.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
never
different.
mind.
Yeah, that's different.
Never mind.
Yeah. We could Google that very quickly. Yeah.
Yeah. Google that one.
Well, okay, I got the tax brackets.
Okay, yeah, read that first.
It looks
I
like
guess I could help Google.
yeah, your rate at like $100,000. There's a $48,000 to $103,000 tax bracket that's 22%
Right.
in taxes.
Right.
The next one is like 103 to 197. That's 24%. Then 197 to 250, 32%. 250 to 626. That's 35%. And anything over $626,000 is 37%.
So these athletes have the federal tax brackets, but again, they're earning money here in Oklahoma, so they have their state income tax brackets they have to look at. And then they also have self-employment tax, which is 15.3%. It's them paying into Social Security and Medicare.
Are all these things to get like, these are all separate payments you have to make?
No.
Okay.
Well, the self-employment and the federal taxes is all together, and then you file with the state, and if you owe to the state, that's a separate payment. Yeah.
I see.
But a lot of times they're done together because it's a lot of the same information when the accountant or themselves are filing their taxes.
Yeah, stay-at-home wives are not dependents.
Well, yeah. Okay, yeah.
There goes 500.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
but
just
straight
trying
up,
to get where I can, you know.
3 kids at $2,000 a piece.
Yeah.
I mean, shoot, $6,000 after taxes at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Or
That'll
$6,000
motivate
in
you to
tax
go-
credits.
That'll motivate
yeah.
you to give up some sleep right there.
I mean,
Give and take.
so what are some legitimate ways that I can, or I guess it's these athletes, I'm really asking for myself, but what are some legitimate ways that these athletes can deduct and get into a lower tax bracket.
Gas, if you're itemizing. It depends on if
Right.
you're going to take the standard deduction or the itemization. Go ahead.
No,
take it
you're
away.
great.
My
You're-
bad,
you-
know.
Can we, no,
Caleb
okay, well,
has
let's start
learned
there.
so much.
Let's start there
bad, my
because
bad.
I'm not Caleb. In case you hadn't figured that out. I'm not Caleb.
Right.
I don't know what that is. So what is?
You might get confused. Y'all called me Rodney at least 4 times this last
Yeah,
week.
I got called. Same.
It
Yeah.
happens.
What is itemized taxes and what are standard taxes?
Right. So if you have more tax deductions, that would be the amount that you would have for standard tax deductions, then you would want to itemize. So married jointly, filing jointly, that's $31,500, right? So if you have more tax deductions than that amount, then you would want to itemize it. Most people probably do the standard, but if you are self-employed, a lot of people, you would not want to do standard. You probably do itemized because you have a lot of business expenses. And that's what these players are learning, is that they have business expenses that can be utilized as tax deductions.
Gotcha.
But that charitable giving, that is
Yeah.
a great example of giving back. And I just want people to know, if you're wanting to give, make sure you're looking for a reputable organization. Again, looking on the IRS website and making sure that they don't fall for scams, because there's a lot of people that will start scams with fake charity names or nonprofit names that are similar to well-known ones. So let's say, and I'm just making this one up because we all know what Goodwill is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe they say it's Goodswill, and so they're hoping you don't catch the S. Something very simple like that they want you to fall into. A lot of scams around nonprofits and charities as well.
And then you also need to know whether one is a 1-to-1 deduction with like dollar for dollar. So like the exact amount.
Like if I donate $1, that's what I
then
get off
you
on
get
my
a dollar
taxes.
off. Yeah, you got to figure out which ones are and which ones aren't.
Well, so these are all going to be state tax deductions. And so the amount that you donate, you should get a letter from that organization showing what you donated and the date. So we got a letter from Positive Tomorrows that we took to our accountant. So you want some kind of paperwork to show that you did donate to that 501c3.
Paper trail. Okay.
Proof.
Dang.
Man, who knew
Kind of blows my
charitable
mind
giving
that
could be
people would
so
try to
much?
scam around charities.
Right.
It's a straight shot to hell, but I mean,
Get a life, buddy.
but I mean, people are definitely doing it, so you
Gosh,
gotta watch
dang.
out.
Yeah.
Poor Grandma Rose over here getting
Yeah.
scammed because she
It's
didn't see
like
the
that
S.
Dude, it's like that dude on X or Twitter right now that isn't paying up because OU went 9 wins, and they said that if OU gets 9 wins, then he'll give $1,000 to the Boys and Girls Club of Norman. But if OU didn't get 9 wins, then Eddie Radosevich had to give $1,000 to Boys and Girls Club of Austin. He's saying we never actually agreed on it and all this, and they pulled all the tweets up and receipts and all that.
What?
Yeah. Like, come on, dog. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Put your money where your mouth is. Put it on the table. You know what I'm saying?
That's so annoying. We
Oh,
should
yeah.
do something about that.
Yeah, we're gonna call him out like we just did.
It's for a good
You
cause.
suck, whatever your name is.
After this segment, show me that
Texas fan.
tweet.
Yeah,
I want to see that.
We'll find him. We'll just
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But shout out Eddie for holding him accountable.
Yeah,
Respect
for
to you,
sure.
man.
Yeah.
Right.
Super respect.
Yeah.
Don't mess with the charities, man. Don't mess with the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on. But yeah, I think we obviously have learned a lot on this
Good.
episode.
Good.
And we got a lot more to go. But,
Oh, yeah. No.
And the good thing is we'll have you back.
Great.
Yeah.
on
No, we
another
need you back
episode of Money
because
Talks later on.
I'm not good.
Yeah.
I would love to be that.
Yeah.
That's
you.
Rodney. He's not good. I'm
not good.
Caleb. I'm not good. But that's Cami. She's good.
She's great.
Yeah. And we appreciate you for coming on. We'll be right back on the double take. But thank you, Cami, for coming as always. And Boomer Sooner.
Boomer Center.